If you want to hear about blackheads, pores, zits, this is the video for you. Hey everybody, it's Lisa, owner of Peaches Skincare. You can visit us at peachesskincare.com, where you can download the routine that I created for my clients decades ago at the frequently asked questions page, or learn a little bit more about us. You can also visit us on Facebook. We have a new Facebook group starting this week. And you can also visit us on Instagram and TikTok to learn a little bit more about who we are and my or our holistic beliefs in skincare. To my Peach community, welcome. I am so grateful for all of you. And to anyone who's new, please stay. Please open your heart and mind to what I teach, even though it may go against the things you've learned about skin. Also, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when my videos come out, and it helps the algorithm for YouTube to get my message out. I am a holistic master esthetician of almost 40 years. I'm 58 years old. I have done nothing to my face, no needles, no procedures. You're seeing real skin. I only wear blush, eyeliner, mascara, no foundation and concealer, so I really practice what I preach and what I teach you. And I want to help all of us to love who we are, although there is a ridiculous standard for women set by marketing, the beauty industry, and social media, that we are supposed to look a certain way. Perhaps we're not supposed to age or move our faces. And I really want to help all of us to have the confidence to be who we are and to just embrace who we are. Like, you know, so many of the women that may be famous that we look to, maybe athletes that we look to, that are just who they are, only on a different part of their journey. Today we're going to talk about blackheads because so many of you ask me about them. You will email me. Anyone can email me, lisa@peachesskincare.com or info@peachesskincare.com for advice. And what a lot of you don't understand is pores are really hair follicles. We have the most pores, believe it or not, on our nose and our forehead. Those are where you have the most pores on your face, or hair follicles. Yes, hereditary can play a part in the size of the pores. Sometimes someone who's more fair may have a smaller pore. Sometimes someone who's more olive skin like me or darker may have a larger pore. But what really makes the pore bigger is when you get sebum, which is dirt, oil, dead, dry skin in your pore. So if you think of your pores really tight, or your hair follicle, but then it fills up with gook or junk, and it stretches that pore and scars that pore. Once you clean it out, believe it or not, the pores revert back. They don't really open and close, but they do firm up and tighten. Also, a pore, when you have calloused skin, and you'll hear me mention that a lot in my videos, we do most of our damage by our early 20s. And so our skin begins to callous or thicken. It's why your skin looks dull, why you don't have color to it, why a wrinkle may look deeper than it should, because the skin is so thick. Same with a pore. As we smooth out that skin and get rid of those thick callus layers, think of them as about 20 to 50 layers of saran wrap, or if you're in another country, a cling wrap or something you'd put over food. Think of it as layers and layers. And as we remove those, the pores are not as deep. They are actually a lot smaller. So there's two ways to make your pores look better. Keep them clean with no sebum, dirt, oil, and dead, dry skin. And also make sure that you're gently exfoliating morning and night. Now, for those peaches that are using baking soda too much, that is meant to mimic microdermabrasion. For those around the world that can't get into our salons, I had to come up with something. Little water, 10 seconds, rinse. But maybe 1 to 2 times a week or every other week. That is not exfoliating. Exfoliating is using Flawless Exfoliator gently with water morning and night. And it is a beautiful exfoliator. So when you're looking for an exfoliator, you want something that is very smooth, has food, which is antioxidants. We know from a Harvard University study that really only antioxidants penetrate the skin and create change. We want to be able to feed our skin while we're exfoliating. For instance, hibiscus, gotu kola. Let's see, hibiscus is the Botox flower, pomegranate. There's so many wonderful healing elements. So you want something healing so that you can exfoliate, get rid of all of that gook, and then your cleansers can do a better job of keeping your pores clean. So how would you clean your pores at home? So many people damage their skin by coming in and they've scratched or they've scraped or they've burned or they do all of these crazy things to get their pores clean. And they leave a lot of marks and scars. But what I have found in my 40 years is you're going to extract whether I tell you not to or not. So I thought it would be great to show you a little video on me extracting some blackheads. Now, the funny part about this is everyone in my world is a peach, so they don't have a lot of blackheads. But we really tried to show you how to get blackheads out. One will be on, there'll be two different noses because noses are the best to get that junk out with. And so I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute, but let me tell you how to prepare yourself. The best thing you can do is exfoliate gently, cleanse your skin, and you could put a hot towel on. Be very careful, you don't want to burn your face. I'm not an advocate of steamers unless you are using very purified water. In fact, there were studies done, and in the industry, it is really a well-known fact that many of the steamers have so many minerals, so much hard water. The water would be sitting for a while, and believe it or not, a lot of people are not that clean, and it would steam the skin, but it would also push bacteria and fungus on, or it would activate the bacteria and fungus. So you want to be very, very mindful of that. Another way to get your skin to plump up. Now, pores don't really open and close, but I want you to think of it as they open or they plump up, is to take a hot bath. I like to get into a hot bath. I'll put some magnesium. I may put some bath milk. I love pure Fiji, if anyone is wondering, or a little oil. And because the bath water is so hot, it really heats up my body temperature. So instead of drying my face when I get out of the bathtub, I head upstairs and I just take tissue and I wrap it around my fingers. And here's where I'm going to show you some extractions. Now, this isn't me. This is me doing someone else. But I take the tissue and I just push out anything on my skin very gently. The tissue acts as a buffer so that you won't scratch or scrape at your skin. You don't want to push something out that isn't going to come out easily. If you have a milia or a cyst or something that is under that thick skin, you really want to go and have a master esthetician extract it, and they should be able to do it very quickly and very easily. So you will extract, hopefully you can see a few whiteheads. I know people like to see that, but you just push everything out. And then what I will do is I will wash my face. So if I've already exfoliated prior to my bath, if you didn't wear Miracle Mask while in the bathtub or any mask, just wash your face, go right into apple cider vinegar toner. And if you'd like to, and it's early in the evening or early in the day, maybe it's a Sunday morning and you're taking a bath, you can go right into putting on Milk of Magnesia mask, because that is going to pull everything out of your pores. Same with Revitalizing Rescue Mask. Both are anti-inflammatory, very healing. They are not going to dry out your face. For everyone who asks me, these are not going to dry out your face. They are purely there to help draw things out of the pores that are really hair follicles. Now, if it's at nighttime and you're heading off to bed in a couple hours, go on to your serums. Do your apple cider vinegar, go on to your serums, and then at bedtime or while you're watching television, give it some time for your serums to do their jobs, to penetrate, for your moisturizer to get in there and create cellular change. I always say an hour or two. Then you could put your mask on, either right before bed or, while you're watching television. And that is really going to take and clean out any extra sebum, dirt, oil, dead, dry skin in your pores and pull it out. And your pores really do become more refined. When your skin is not swollen and sick and filled with gook, your skin adheres to the muscle more, it becomes more defined and more refined, and your color looks great. Again, I have no foundation and concealer on, and any peaches below who want to encourage people that are afraid or maybe at the beginning stages of the Peaches routine, or just listening to what I teach, please comment. Let them read your testimony. Let them know how much this really does work. On a side note, for any of my Peaches, we have been working on bottles and designs for over a year and a half, and new bottles and beautifully printed silk screened bottles will be out in the coming months. Don't worry about it right now. The ingredients inside are still fabulous, but they are coming. I know that a lot of you are going to ask, do I wear this all over my face? And many nights I do. I've used Milk of Magnesia for over 4 decades. There's a reason I started using Revitalizing Rescue Mask, and it's in a video where I traveled to Europe and they took my Milk of Magnesia. And this used to be called Purifying Acne Treatment in a pen. We just had a problem with the roller balls. I know some of you are going to say you loved it, but we wanted to give you more for the same price in a jar. Sometimes I will, because I'm always testing things. Maybe I'll put it on my nose and my chin, or maybe a little area over by my ear. And then perhaps I'll put Revitalizing Rescue Mask in those areas. Perhaps I'll put castor oil in other areas, or I'll do the same with Milk of Magnesia. The biggest thing is to make sure that you are wearing castor oil over your eyes and under your eyes all night. Your eye cream should have already been on for a while. That is going to keep that area very clean, very supple, very soft. And because at night is when our body heals itself and it purges out so many impurities and toxins, and there's cell turnover and so many beautiful things happening while we are asleep, Milk of Magnesia or Revitalizing Rescue Mask, or wearing a mask to bed, which, by the way, I've been having clients do for almost 40 years, and now so many other beauty companies are doing it. It helps to rid the skin of all those toxins. It pulls everything out. Anti-inflammatory, healing. It will not dry you out, but it is incredibly beneficial to the skin. So wear those masks to bed. So this was Blackheads and extractions. If you're wearing foundation and concealer, look at your neck. Is your neck and your chest looking fabulous? Then it's something that you're putting on here that your skin doesn't like. And most women are allergic to their foundation and concealer and don't even realize it. I have a whole video on the ingredients and foundation. And you have to trust someone who has worked with skin for as long as I have. I see it day in and day out, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of clients. When we take them off of foundation and concealer, their skin improves dramatically. If you started Peaches and you just wore foundation one day, it's going to affect your skin for at least 3 to 4 months. That is how toxic it can be. If you're using a sunscreen that isn't good for you, that is going to clog your pores and create sebum or blackheads. So make sure when you're resetting your skin, especially if you're starting on a new routine, whether it's Peaches or something else, that you put the sunscreen aside for a while and wear a wide-brimmed hat outside. If you must wear sunscreen, please only use sunscreens that I recommend. I recommend Malin & Goats, and I recommend Dermatology Physical and Daydream, and you have a code LISA20 for both of those. If you are using products where you're still having to cover up your face because you think something's wrong, they're not working for you. However, it takes time to clean out those decades and years of damaged skin that even the Journal of Medicine says we have already damaged most of our skin by our early 20s. And so you've got to give it time, just like losing weight, just like getting in shape, or any type of change that you create. I hope I've encouraged you. I hope that you can gently take care of your skin at home if you're not near one of our salons or you don't have an esthetician nearby. And please ask with love and kindness anything below. And I hope that I have helped you and encouraged you to uncover your true confidence.